I navigated a world of festive lies, my true self locked away, until an anonymous whisper online echoed my deepest, most unspoken truth. Could kinship truly bloom in shadows? The silence of the North Pole after Christmas is not peaceful, it is a vacuum. The elves had retreated to their subterranean dormitories, sleeping off the frenetic energy of the season, leaving the workshop a hollowed-out carcass of industry. I sat alone in my study, the air frigid enough to turn breath into jagged clouds. My only companion was the pale, blue luminescence of the monitor, a technological anachronism I maintained with a mixture of old magic and jury-rigged satellite uplinks. My finger hovered over the refresh key, a tremor betraying the composure I feigned for the world. Weeks had dissolved into the gray twilight since I sent the letter to Elara. The Creative Souls Forum, a tiny, encrypted sanctuary I had constructed in the vast digital ocean, remained dormant. I felt foolish. Perhaps the code was too obscure, or worse, my invitation had been seen as an intrusion rather than a lifeline. The wind howls outside, battering the ancient ice walls, sounding like the collective sigh of a disappointed world. I stared at the blinking cursor, the rhythm mocking my solitude. I was Nicholas the Ancient, the giver, the rock. But here, in the blue dark, wearing cashmere that hugged a body I struggled to love, I was just a lonely soul reaching into the void, praying someone would reach back. A chime fractured the silence. It was a delicate electronic sound, yet in the stillness of the study, it rang like a cathedral bell. My heart hammered against my ribs, a trapped bird desperate for flight. I leaned in, my nose nearly grazing the frosted glass of the screen. New user registration, Finchy. I exhaled, a sound that was half sob, half laugh. She was here. I watched the screen populate with data as the slow connection churned. A post appeared. No text at first, just an image. It was a scan of a pencil sketch, the graphite lines faint but purposeful. It depicted a woman standing on a precipice, her back to the viewer, a long flowing gown billowing around her. But it was the detail in her hand that seized my breath. Clutched in her fingers, drawn with obsessive, loving precision, was a scarf. The pattern was unmistakable, the intertwining ivy and frost motif of the silk I had left on her windowsill. Below the image, her words manifested. "I found this place by accident, or perhaps fate," she wrote. "I call this the hidden self. In the quiet, when the world stops expecting things of me, I find a secret solace in fabric and line. It is a hidden strength I am afraid to name." I read the sentences 3 times. The melancholy that usually coated my soul like soot began to crack. She was not just accepting the gift, she was understanding the language I had spoken. We were 2 ghosts haunting different houses, yet seeing the same moon. My hands, usually clumsy with the reins or calloused from wood carving, felt strange as they hovered over the keyboard. I needed to respond, but Nicholas could not speak here. Santa was a myth, a monolith. This required something fluid, something real. I chose a username, Velvet Echo. I typed, deleted, and typed again. The cursor blinked, waiting for truth. I had to offer her safety without revealing the monster behind the curtain. "The strength we hide is often the pillar that holds up the rest of our lives," I wrote, the keys clicking softly, a rhythmic counterpoint to the howling wind outside. "Your lines speak of a burden carried with grace. Truth is a heavy garment, Finchy, but it is the only one that keeps us warm. You are not alone in the shadows." I hesitated before hitting send. This was a breach of protocol, a crack in the dam of centuries of isolation. But looking down at the pumps on my feet, gleaming in the low light, I felt a surge of reckless hope. I pressed the key. The message flew across the ether, a digital spark bridging the frozen wasteland between my gilded cage and her snowy town. For the first time in centuries, the ice surrounding my heart felt dangerously, wonderfully thin.
If you love this video, smash the like button and share with friends. Let me know in the comments what you want to see next. Ho, 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 ho.